Hello and welcome back to Never Tell Me the Odds. I'm your host Justin, and before this video begins, just want to say a couple things. So Tuesday I did a review on Poe Dameron, and I started to do like a clickbaity, you know, thumbnail of like, man, a leader that can deploy multiple times. I thought I explained it well in the video. If I didn't, I'm gonna re-explain it here, which is, uh, with eject, right? With eject, he can deploy up to 3 times total with his leader form ability, not using the epic action. Right? There's no other good way to describe a leader coming out without saying deploying. Right? What Poe Dameron is coming out. Right? No, it doesn't make sense. Right? And it's also just like way too wordy. So he is technically with eject a leader that can deploy multiple times, and without eject, a upgrade that deploys multiple times. That's just look. That's just how you gotta word it. Like there's nothing else to it. Um. So if I didn't make that obvious in the last video, I'm sorry. Um. If you think this is stupid about me saying this and like bringing this forward because you didn't think that, you're smart. Um. but yeah, so today's Thursday. We got some more previews. I didn't upload a video yesterday because I was extremely busy. It was school and then running errands. I had a dentist appointment and then a movie to catch. So just life came busy. Um, but preview time. Man, Hera Syndulla is so good for an uncommon. Let's just talk about that real quick. The Hera Syndulla is a 2 costing unit in vigilance and heroism. She's a 2/3 with restore. She's a pilot with 2 cost vigilance heroism. That is a 2/3 with restore. That's so good, bro. It's Queel without the discarded top card of the deck thing, right? That is a good card. Okay, it's so good because you put it on a ship. That ship just becomes better, because it restores and it gets 2/3 for 2, which is huge. So yeah, it's pretty good. Uh, might go on my Obi deck. I don't know. I'll have to like. I don't want to make a deck tech video or anything or like deck techs, for a new set because not everything's out. When everything's out and like it's like a week before, then I'll happily do a deck tech video. But till then, no. Next up we have the Phantom 2, which is a 3 costing Vigilance Heroism card. It's a 3/3 with grit, an action which costs 1 resource. If this card is a unit, attach it as an upgrade to the ghost. It no, it loses all the damage on it, and then the ghost gains 3/3 grit. This is a rare. Um, kind of mid. Like no one plays ghosts except for like in a Harrison duel deck. So this is just Hera. You know, we love Hera. Bring out more Hera support, and I'm super happy for that because I loved playing Hera in set one. Just because I got to do a little bit from each color. It was nice. I expect this video to be a bit longer as well because there's a bunch of previews this week. Next up, uh, we have No Glory, Only Results, which is an event. It's a 5 costing Vigilance Villainy event. Very simple. Take control of a non-leader unit, then defeat it. So you take control of it. And I'm assuming you get like the action, like swing in by the end of the phase, you defeat it. It doesn't say that though, right? So I don't know. I'm not sure how that would work. It doesn't say take control of the unit at the end of the phase, defeat it. Like something that would be like change a heart, or well, change a heart doesn't defeat, but like change a heart says at the end of the phase, return it to the owner's board. Um, it's weird. I'm assuming like it will be like at the end of the phase, defeat it, or is it just? Oh no! It's just take control of it and defeat it. I forgot Thrawn exists. So like you have Thrawn out, you use this, you take control of Obi-Wan, and then you kill Obi-Wan. You get 2 experience. If you put out a Force and you draw a card, then you can do it again with Thrawn. So it's pretty good. Pretty good Thrawn card. Looks good. But yeah, so I don't know. This is mainly for that when defeated, I guess. Next up is the Stolen AT Hauler. It's a 3 costing cunning unit. It's a 4/5, so overstated already. With the ability, when defeated, choose an opponent for this phase. They may play this unit from its owner's discard player for. What? Oh my god. Well, it's a legendary. It makes sense. Okay, so it's a 3 costing 4/5 that when defeated, you could choose an opponent for this phase. They may play this unit from its owner discard pile for free. So it just keeps hopping back and forth. That's wild. I don't know how I like that. That seems interesting. I don't know. Next up, we have some First Order support. We have Sith Trooper is a 3 costing villainy card. It's a 3/3, has First Order. On attack, this unit gets +1 damage for this attack for each damaged unit the defending player controls. So this is like an anti-grit deck. Or anti-grit card. Because then, well, I mean, you could just kill it. But, like, then you don't want, like, damaged units. So it's okay. But it goes with the TIE Dagger Vanguard, which is a 3 costing villainy space unit. That's a 2/2. When played, deal 2 damage to a damaged unit. Again, this seems okay. Probably good in Phasma. I feel like Phasma might be good. I don't know. I don't plan on testing her, which might sound weird, but I don't. But I mean that's just because I'm not in the villainy cards, so it's whatever. Next up, we have Phoenix Squadron A-Wing. It's a 3/2 rebel with nothing. Oh, it's a 2 costing command heroism card. I'm not sure if I like it. It's a 3/2 with nothing. If it was a 3/3, it'd be much better. Like, because then it's just Battlefield Marine, but in ships. But it's a 3/2. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. Then we have Poe Dameron, which is a 4 costing command heroism card. It's a 3/3. When played as a unit, create an X-Wing token. You may attach this unit as an upgrade to a friendly vehicle unit without a pilot on it. Or you can pilot for 2 and get just the piloting, 2/3. Uncommon. I think majority of the time you're just going to be playing him as a pilot. And the reason I say that is because you pay 2 extra for an X-Wing, and I don't think that's worth it. I think it's just much better just to play him as a pilot. I think his 3/3 side for 4 is terrible. Yeah, I mean, like, why pay 2 extra to just make an X-Wing? Unless you don't have any space units and you need to attach him to the X-Wing, which then he becomes a 4 or 5. But again, it's just like, it's okay. Nothing groundbreaking, right? We don't have anything groundbreaking yet. But yeah. Next we have the CR-90 Relief Runner, which is a 4/6 Rebel capital ship. It costs 6 to play. It's a Vigilance card. It has Restore 2, and when played, heal up to 3 damage from a unit or base. It's a mini version of Redemption. It doesn't have Sentinel, but it's a mini Redemption, basically. I mean, like majority of these cards that we're going over now that are commons and uncommons are most likely only going to be used in sealed draft, right? I'm not expecting majority of these to be seen in actual premier play, except for the ones that I like said, hey, this goes with first order decks, or hey, this goes with Spectro decks, or hey, if you're going piloting decks, this goes with it. Like, I don't see this seeing play. I just don't. Um, but next we have the Thai Ambush Squadron. It's a 4 cost command villainy, which is a 2/3 ambush. When played, when defeated, create a TIE fighter token. This is Vader support. I know I said Vader's mid because he is, but this is Vader support, right? Why is it Vader support? Because you create TIE fighters, and then you ambush in, you kill something with 3 damage on it, that does 3 damage, and boom, you get 2 TIE fighters, and then you just swarm, right? If you have Veers out already, you kill something with that does 4 damage, and yeah, it's nasty. Again, Vader support. So this card will probably be good in sealed and draft, but we'll probably go in that new Green Vader deck because that Green Vader deck is a swarm deck. All right, next up. I'm covering a majority of it. Whatever. Resistance X-Wing. 2 costing heroism card. It's a 2/2. While this unit has a pilot on it, it gets +1/+1. This reminds me of the Padawan Starfighter when you control like a force unit, gains +1/+1. Except for its pilots. I mean, this is like just sealed in draft. If anyone builds a Haldo deck because it's resistance, and she says stuff with resistance, it's better. But like, it might go in Luke because Luke pilots and it's a fighter. I don't know. Because like I haven't built that Luke deck yet. I'm planning on it. I just haven't yet. Next up is the Swarming Vulture Droid. 2 costs. It's a 2/2. You can have up to 15 copies of this card in a deck. If I'm correct, there's a magic card called Swarm of Mice or Rats or something, where you can have like your whole deck can be rats. I remember this because one of my good friends told me about it, right? And that's what this seems like it would be, right? You just swarm. Problem is that it costs 2. Otherwise, it's pretty good. Pretty good. But it goes into the leader that was also revealed today, Admiral Trench. This guy sucks. It's like I'm not sure if it's just me, but like he seems so bad. Like he's like the Finn of the set, or what's that one? Who's a bad rare leader? Seems like the Finn or Lando of the set, like from set 2, or I'm blanking on leaders. But like discard a card that costs 3 or more from your hand. If you do, draw a card. That's decent. Spend 3 resources tapping him and flipping him over for his epic action. Wait a minute. Hold on. I need to check something. Hold on, this will take like 1 minute. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. The real first multi-deploy leader. Action and 3 resources. Only if you control 6 or more resources, deploy this leader. It does not have epic action. It's just an action. Wait, what? Wait. Please tell me that there's just like a there's just an error on the card that it doesn't say epic action, it just says action, right? Because like if you go back to Vader, it says epic action. You look at Poe, it says epic action. Here it just says action. Um so is this like after 6 resources you can deploy them multiple times? That's nasty. But the when deployed, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck. An opponent discards 2 of them. You draw 1 of them and discard the other. You mill yourself. So, I'm not sure how many times you're gonna want to be deploying that green base. Oh, what was it called? Data Vault, where you increase your deck minimum. Probably be good in this deck. But man, yeah, the second technically multiple deploy leader, because you can multiple deploy with Han, or not with Han, with Poe using eject. That's wild. Well, we go into the legendary that was also released today. The Invincible. I don't know why I was thinking it was Invisible Hand. Invincible. I'd say 6 costing cutting villainy card. It's space. It's a 6/6. If you control a unique separatist card unit, this unit costs 1 less. When you deploy a leader, you may return a non-leader unit that costs 3 or less to its owner's hand. So it bounces. But it's good in, what's his name? Good in Trench, because Trench deploys himself multiple times. Because it's just action. It's not epic action. Trench is technically the second multiple deploy. Man, I don't know how to feel about that. It's wild. But that's it for today. Let me go back to Facecam. So that's interesting. Trench, multiple deployed leader. That's our second one. Interesting. Well, before we go, I picked these up. This is Heir to the Empire. I'm gonna begin reading it this next coming weeks. I will let you guys know. I do struggle with I do struggle with reading, so it'll probably be a while, but eventually I want to just like review it, because it seems like fun. So I will be reading this and then reading this book and then reviewing it, and then after I have the other 2 in the series. This way. So when I finish the first one and review it, I'll then read the second and the third one and review them, because that just makes sense. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And yeah, so second multi-deploy leader. Yeah, pretty interesting. Later.